Ow. Like the second that it said live, he hit me in the side of the head. Good evening, everybody. Kathy, Jason, Susan. So, I'm waiting for this to load. Looking to see if this, make sure it's working good. I don't know if it's working or not because it's not showing up here. Oh, there we go. Hey guys, hey Dolphin Man, hey Bandana, Ships for Her, Old Ways.
Why are you doing that?
Hey guys, well, because it's same one. It doesn't matter either way. Okay, so I got to tell you a funny story. I told it in the video of the vlog I done today. I literally had Jehovah's Witnesses panicking today at the side of winter. They thought they were walking around and they were knocking on doors and stuff. They even came and knocked on the door. I was out in the barn. He was in the house, and of course he ignored them. He acted like they weren't there, and he literally was listening to like death metal when they walked up. There's two little ladies in their little dresses, and they walked up and they were like knocking on the door, and he's listening to death metal, and he literally just kind of like looks out the window and doesn't do anything, just totally ignores it. Well, I took Goofball out to go to the bathroom.
They're probably thinking this guy's a lost cause. Let's get out of here, guys.
So they saw me outside walking Winter, and they kind of like swung back around and pulled into the driveway, and they got out, and they were on my carport, like near the door, and I was out in the yard with the dog, and I just kind of looked at them, and they kind of looked at me for a few minutes, and she just kind of like pointed in my direction and started talking. They set a piece of paper or like a pamphlet down in front of the door, and then turned around and left. They were like, that dog, probably not. Between the death metal and him in the house, looking at him through the window, and then me outside with the pet, they were like, best leave that house alone. Like, yeah, I'm so sore today. I'm so sore. He's laughing, but seriously, I carried in a bunch of feed, 2 or 3 different bags of things that I got from the co-op today, which that wouldn't have been so bad. I mean, that's not a big deal carrying that in. But then I decided, I don't know, like this whole fly lady thing is just like, it's making me crazy because not only have I gotten into like cleaning the house and doing all that stuff, like him, my wrench is ready, I'm glad. But like him, he's been kind of laughing at me because I literally can't leave dishes now. I can't leave any dishes whatsoever. Like none. Because that's like their number one rule is to have your sink polished. And so now like there's not even one dish in our sink ever. If I see it, I immediately wash it. And it's making me want to organize. Well, I went out in the barn and I looked around and I was like, I got to do something about this. So I emptied Elvis's cage, cleaned it out, rearranged the whole barn, cleaned out I cleaned out most people's stalls, kind of done like a light cleaning on them. If I ever get to the point, I'm going to have to buy like a lot of bedding, but if I buy a lot more bedding and I do a deep clean and really clean out the rabbit stalls, I'll have enough. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I actually had to take a hoe and was like trying to spread some of the compost. It was horse manure and chicken manure and quail and rabbit. It's all of them. And they had been sitting there composting for a long time. The rabbit and quail obviously has only been composting for about three months. But the horse manure has been there and the chicken manure has been there for 8 months now. And I started spreading that stuff out. And it's like 4 or 5 inches thick. Like it's a lot. I cannot wait to put that garden in right there. So we couldn't put out a video today. Why? And I bet he said thank you. Thank you very much. Elvis with his clean cage. He's crazy. Most people's stalls. Who's living in your barn? Listen, they're people. They're people. They have feelings. They probably joined the Jehovah's Witness Protection Program. I have a Fly Lady book and started reading it but didn't finish because if Farmer Meemaw and you, I want to start reading it again. I'm not following it to a T because it wants you to set a timer. I'm not doing that. And then it says like do the weekly home blessing and some of it's like dusting. I ain't gonna do that. And then there's a lot of it I'm not doing, but then there's a lot of it that I'm taking further than what they even suggest. So it balances itself out. Let's see. Jason, Steve. Okay. Everyone falls for them. I'm reading everything. I'm reading everybody's comments, trying to catch up. So, let's see. Okay. Anyway, I like the timing of the quail when mentioned. Is that not the truth? Like when I'm talking in the barn and I say anything about the quail, they'll crow. It's like they know. I dance when I clean. I just got like a vision dancing around. Oh, TMI, Jason. I don't go to Niagara Falls. I don't want to fall and well, the water might take me away. Do a video on that, Jason. Yes, please. I need to be more organized, but strictly regimented routines make me feel like I'm in prison. See, this is what I do. I have the app on the phone. I was watching the videos, but that bored me to tears. And like, it's like the kind of videos that you would see in a classroom when you were a kid. And I'm not talking about like the Magic School Bus, like really boring stuff. And so I was like, I'm not doing that.
Step one.
Yeah. She's like, do you need your home organized? And there's like little brooms dancing behind her and I can't do this. So I downloaded the app and all it has basically is just a checklist. And so I don't do the timer. I don't follow that strict of a routine or anything. But instead what I do is because I've got the app, then I just go through the checklist and I'm like, oh, I needed to do that. I totally forgot. That's what I like about it is like it keeps me on, quit making fun of me. It keeps me on point to remember what I forgot. I'm about to knock you out. Stop.
I'm your president.
Ladessa and I dance when we cook breakfast. That's cute. Yes, good music is always a great motivator. See, like if I'm not filming, sometimes I'll film myself cleaning. That's actually motivation, believe it or not. You guys are motivation because if I have the camera on, like I feel like I can't just skim over it clean. Like I've got to clean because I feel like everybody's watching me. And I know that sounds stupid because most of the time it's in fast motion, but that's how I do it. But if I'm not filming,
get you through it.
Yeah, whatever makes it easier. If I'm not filming, I normally will put headphones in and listen to something while I'm cleaning. If you were following us on Instagram, you would see it. Blaze filmed us last weekend. I do follow you on Instagram, and I didn't see it, so... See? You're just trying to get sassy. Let's see. John is sitting there like, I'm so in love, and she can say whatever she wants. Smile, John. You look like Emily. You're like Emily. I know I'm not up on Instagram, and I've yet to figure out how to post pictures. Film cleaning. I do that too, Cherish. Haven't posted it yet. See, I do it and then set it to music. And what's funny is like, most of the time, the music that's on my videos would be what I would be listening to if I was cleaning or if I was doing a certain activity. That's what I would be listening to. So I kind of share, except for today, I filmed me trying to catch Elvis because I knew that was going to be, the second I thought, okay, I've got to get him out of here, I knew it was going to be hard to do. And I was right. It took me forever. Like, I kept touching him and then he bites. He will literally just like, you'll go to touch him and he'll swing around and he'll tag you. So I've been kind of like, I was just kind of like, please don't bite me. And finally, I just nabbed him. And I loved it too because he was laughing at me because I had it all sped up, me trying to catch him. And then I did slow-mo when I grabbed him.
God.
No, this morning he got off work and I texted him and I was like, want to see something funny? And he said, yeah, sure. So I actually sent him the clip of me pouring coffee in slow motion, set to the song from Dirty Dancing. Now I've had the time of my life. I said, did you laugh? He said, no, I just sat there shaking my head.
I'm used to the shenanigans.
So a lot of people were asking me today, just on the vlog that I posted, because I was talking about cleaning out the under pen and getting it ready for the chickens. And everybody started immediately, which I've kind of assumed was, did your neighbor move? Did she drop it? Did she get over it? No, no, and no. We're hiding them. It's just Trinket. If you got, I don't know how long some of you guys have been following me. I know some of you have been following me for a long time. Trinket.
It's like you got POWs and like
Yeah.
enemies near.
Yeah, I
You
have.
gotta store them away.
Yeah, I have to hide. They're like my little hidden babies. So Trinket is a bantam chicken. She is teeny, teeny, tiny. And apparently the female hen that she's with, the hen that she's with is just as small as she is. And so the two of them are seriously not much bigger than my quail. And so I decided that, because we went to Tractor Supply and I was showing him some of the cute little barns, the chicken coops. Yeah, he was so thrilled. The little barns, the little runs and stuff. And honestly, you can't really tell well from the video, but how do you put all that music on there and not get in trouble? It's a secret. I'm a magician.
No, as long as you don't use any more than 30 seconds, you should be in the clear.
Under 30 seconds. If you watch, and if you ever timed it, I never go past 27 seconds of a clip of a song. You can use anything in the world, any song whatsoever, as long as it's under 30 seconds. Fun fact.
As soon as but I wouldn't go nowhere near 30. Like, I would go high 20s, but because if it's anywhere near 30, they can flag it, and it'll be taken down. You wouldn't even know it.
Yeah, Miss Red Honey said, we just put a breeder in the freezer because she got mean on us. The Underground Chicken Railroad. It really is. So that's what I'm doing. And when we were looking at the coops and stuff, they're like $226. I think the cheapest one we found was like $226.
Yeah.
And my coop, my little pen is just as big. I don't have a ramp that goes up into a box. So instead, I built them a little tiny roost. I built them a little mini roost and a little mini nest box. Everything in their little coop is mini. So that's what we're going to do. And then in real good weather, when I'm going to be outside, come spring, I'm going to build almost like a chicken tractor, honestly, so that they can go outside and be out in the shade and move them around. And I'll probably put rabbits in them and stuff too. And I'll probably put it on the side of my house where nobody can see and just move them around through there. That way that they get outside time and grass and sunshine and stuff, but they still are hidden. I have underground chickens for sure. She will be like the Wicked Witch of the West, sniffing around your house. Only if she wants a pistol.
She pretty much was.
She
was outside cleaning her garage while she was out there.
Yeah, when I was outside cleaning the barn, she was cleaning the garage. She always finds something to do when I'm outside. You said something one time about your chicken and getting a rooster crow collar or something like that. What is that? So, a crow collar is basically, it's literally a collar that you can put on a rooster that will prevent them from crowing. They can crow, but it's not like, it's barely, like they don't make as much noise. A lot of people use it to keep down the sound. We talked about it. I thought about it. We talked about it a little bit, but then I ultimately just made the decision because the girl that took Trinket, had another little Baney hen and a little Baney rooster. And she offered to give me all of them. And I considered it. I highly considered it. But I did not want to take the risk. What if the collar slipped off? What if somebody heard him? You know, I don't want to even deal with it, even the possibility that somebody could hear him. So instead, I offered to just take the 2 hens. She's selling the rooster to someone else, so I just took the 2 hens to prevent anybody from finding out. To me, it looks like a Velcro wrapped around a rooster's neck loosely. Yeah, your nosy neighbor will see them. See, I'm going to hide them where she won't be able to see them. Like even when I have them out and stuff, nobody will see them. Hi, Meemaw. Did you get an answer from the town or county about having livestock? We have not. The county says that we're fine. It's the actual restrictions of the deeds. We have to go get a lawyer.
To the Register of Deeds and then have them look through it. And then if they find fault in it or something's up, then probably have to go contact a lawyer and do our own independent. Because they're not going to look hard enough. They're not going to find a way.
They don't care. They just hand you the paper and they're just like, here's your problem.
This is what it says on paper.
Yeah.
So
I can hear my neighbor's chicken laying eggs 3 houses away. Won't she hear yours too? No. We're way too far away for her to hear them even laying. Now the rooster, I'm afraid she would, but even the hens laying.
They made a noise when they laid.
Yeah, they do a little egg song.
Well,
it's cute.
I learned something today.
I mean, the quail are pretty loud, but most of the time, I'm so far away and
they
not
just sound like somebody screaming. So she's probably thinking you're in there like
dying or something. But here's the thing, though, like even I just don't want to take the chance with the rooster. But even the hens laying as quiet as they would be, especially since they're the little Baney chickens, and I know how loud Trinket was anyway. Number one, the dogs barking will drown out any noise anybody would have heard with that quiet. And then not only that, the people that are behind her that are on unrestricted land, they have chickens. So we're literally so far away, she's not going to hear it. And the other thing is too, even if she hears it, she's got to prove it. So unless she just like gets on YouTube, I mean, even that I think would be about an impossibility.
So the burden of proof is on you. Not necessarily. Whenever all this came across, we told her attorney that it was on him to prove to us, and something happened at that moment and they shut up. And it come down to the wire. Either we get rid of them or we just stick to our guns and maybe, you know.
Yeah, when I told her, when I talked to her the last time on the phone, I told her, I was like, listen, I said, burden of proof is on you. If you can prove to me that I have to do this, then I will.
And something happened, and we didn't want to chance it because we knew it could get real bad very quick.
Yeah, if she sees them, just say that they're strays. Yeah, it's just a stray. No, and you know what's funny?
We keep feeding it, and it keeps coming around.
Technically, the reason we were talking about like the chicken tractor house. Okay, so here's the fun part. Because we have a carport, if I would have put the house part on the carport and let the run go out into the grass, technically they're in my house. So there's nothing anybody could do about it. But I didn't want to put them in the carport and not only that, those houses are expensive and that's ridiculous. If she hears them, let us know. I will come up and put on some Daisy Dukes cowboy boots and a tank top and I'll run around your yard looking like a chicken. How about you do that just because?
Yeah, we could film that. Golly.
Good thinking. Nailed it. Oh my. Feral chickens, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just hiding them in the barn. And, you know.
For the time being. Until we find out for sure from a lawyer.
Yeah.
If there's something that comes across and it wasn't filed right or whatever, because something like that had to happen. Because there's way too many people around us to have way too many animals for it just to be us. So if we find out that it is, then it's open season and we're going to build another shed and it's going to be all roosters and we're going to have fun with
it. And I'm going to get a pig.
No.
Yes.
Let's not get crazy.
Yes, I will get a pig.
Golly.
It's only through the summer. It'll die in the fall.
Until you get attached to it.
No, I won't get attached to it.
Right.
You said the same thing about the quail. You said that you did not think I could help butcher those quail.
Those are like those ones that you never talked to. Like they were like the ones that
Well,
you
I'm not going to talk to the pig. Well, I'll
yes,
talk to the
you
pig.
will. You'll go
But I'm not
out
gonna
there and
name
make calls and stand at the back door while I'm leaving and making weird noises at it and everything else.
I will do no such
Besides,
thing.
all these coyotes around here, you better be careful about the pigs.
The coyotes need to worry about the pig.
I don't know.
I'll get the pig. Let's see. If I had chickens and with my luck putting birds in the carport, I would probably run them over. That's very true. Yeah, so ducks are allowed too. I tried ducks. We got two ducks.
I thought they were the cutest thing.
They were cute.
They put their little beaks down, or they put their little bills down.
Oh my god, they were so cute.
Shake their head.
They were cute, and I loved the ducks, but God, they were nasty.
They ate a lot.
Yeah, they're nasty. They just made a huge mess all the time. They smelled bad. I wasn't a fan of the ducks. Like if I had more space to let
and like
things.
a little pond.
Ooh, you know what makes noise?
What?
Guineas.
No.
Guineas make lots of.
All
guineas.
it's gonna take is me coming home one night early, about 3 a.m, and me trying to get out of the car, and me walk underneath that tree, and them start screaming. I'll cut a trail through that door.
Let's see. Oh, let me tell you, when it's time to send the pig to freezer camp, you'll be ready. See, I'm telling you. I know. Hey, when my quail went, I had been so focused on that I knew what was going to happen, that when they died, like I did not get as upset as I thought I was going to, honestly. I thought I was going to get
It's because you had to
upset.
prep talk yourself into it for 2 weeks.
So?
You literally sat here and like prep talked
Like pep talk myself up?
Yeah, like you were sitting there like talking to me, talking to Corey, talking to your mom, talking to everybody. Oh, I gotta get, you had to work up a nerve.
I had to. It was the first time I ever helped butcher anything. Yeah? Give me crap, whatever. My husband thought the same thing about me too. He was wrong. See? She'll say, "Oh, they're so stinking cute." Let's see.
A peacock.
If there's more trouble, get some geese. Loud.
A peacock. Them boogers.
How about
all
sheep?
kinds of noises.
Now that would be internet gold. We had a guinea once that chased us. That thing was mean. Ducks, yes, messy, but I have a farm pond. A peacock.
That's what I just said.
Yes. That god-awful sound they do. Yeah, they're loud as snot. There's one that lives behind my nanny's house. You can hear that everywhere.
I would love to see the kids run up on and it fan out real quick. Oh my gosh.
When we went on our honeymoon, we went to a petting zoo. That was me. He definitely did not want to go to a petting zoo. But it was called the Deer Farm. It's in Sevierville. And but you literally get to pet deer and camel and zebra. And
There's
I
a
was
SWAT
super pumped.
peacock that was being a turd, and he was blocking away, and I walked up on him, and he fanned out, and I was like, nope, screw that guy. And we turned to,
Just forget it.
and I was like, nope, screw that
Like,
dude.
he's
And
even
we just turned
videotaping it.
around.
Yeah, he's
No, we
videoing
was videotaping, and I was walking, I was like, oh, here we go. All of a sudden, this big old white bird, and I was like, I think it's a peacock. But at the time we turned the corner right back, and I was like, nope, screw that. And we went around the other path.
Well, he not only fanned out, like, he kind of started dancing.
Yeah, he started
around.
dancing at us, and I was like, no, buddy, I ain't messing with you.
I'm now taking bets that John will get a throat punch before the end of the show. Right now, the odds are 10-1 favoring him getting punched. We had a guy where I grew up that made moonshine. He had a peacock for a watchdog. That would work. I had to give myself a pep talk when we butchered our rabbits. They'll tear the paint off your car.
Yeah,
Peacocks?
Yeah, they will.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
It's shiny. They'll sit there and peck at it.
How did the pep talk go? Okay, yeah. When I go to butcher rabbits, that's gonna be like a whole month of being like, don't look at these babies. You know you're gonna eat them. Don't look at them.
Oh man.
I don't think, honestly.
You know, take a club and whop them.
Here's the thing, and I know it's totally different, but I've helped euthanize animals before.
That's completely different.
It is very different. It was very different.
That's a lot easier. It's not violent.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, it was not done in violence.
It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot different. You're sticking a needle in them and. Okay, not easy, and then they just kind
right.
of
It
not
was more
like
you're
sitting there patting them. Wow!
Like there was no foul.
And you bringing a club
it was
down
just
on
more
that
like
head. No,
I'm talking about the quail.
No, I'm talking about the.
No, the rabbits. We're gonna use an airsoft gun in the back of their head.
Whoa!
An air gun.
Jimmy Hoffa style, like straight like Goodfellas.
I'm like straight mafia right now.
What
do you know? Boom! No, that's what we're gonna do.
Why do they call you Thumper? Poof.
Could you imagine a white peacock fanning out in front of you at night? I think you'd leave streaks.
God, see, that's all it's gonna take is something like that.
Jason said I can show you how to do it with no mess. See, I will have to pep myself up for that one. That's I have to prep myself mentally to do that.
You pull the rock and you just pull down the people's elbow.
Whatever.
It works all the time. You do that.
No.
Yeah.
Just use an ice pick then. Oh, good Lord, I can't. I feel like a horror movie.
That ain't
or
nothing.
Something.
The day she was going to do it, I came home. And she started talking about everything else. Went to bed. Got up a few hours later. They were outside. I walked in here. She had not grooming shears. Like literally like.
Oh, pruning shears. Like the big pruning shears.
They weren't pruning.
They were to clip trees.
No, they were like to clip branches.
Yeah.
Like the suckers that like you hold like
a big ones.
And like the blade on that booger was like this. Yeah. And I was like, you're going to use that?
Yeah, cut their heads off.
Dang.
It would work. It's better than scissors. Scissors can
Who
bend.
would be the idiot that would hold it and trust you that much?
Corey.
Dang. Better him and me. I'd be afraid you'd sneeze or something.
Simply said, can you smell what the rock is cooking?
I'd lay that buddy down. You rip that elbow pad off.
I used that method at first and it did not go well, so we switched to the broomstick method. See, I actually YouTubed it and I watched this one guy. He had this great video. He was butchering, I think he said 10 rabbits all in all. But he decided to
all
show...
All on the same stick?
No. He was going to... All in the same butcher. He was going to do 10 rabbits.
Oh, I was about to say.
But he decided to show you every single way to butcher a rabbit. He did the broomstick method. He done the one where there's like a hook or something on the wall that they literally just hook it and yank. And then he shows the gun. Yeah. A club. He said the club is his least favorite because it's the most likely that you could do something wrong. Like he shows all the... And I
guess you just keep walking until
it
quits moving, right? I mean...
No! You just knock it out and then you cut its head off.
Well... I mean, I guess if I had to go, that's the way I'd want to go.
Jason said the rock is cooking rabbit, you big gibbroni. I don't even know what that word is. Chipperoni. I don't even know what that word is.
Chipperoni.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I still can't make myself dispatch a chicken. Finally, the rock has come back to the homestead. J0, yeah, he's a good one to watch to do that too.
Trust me, there's been a few chickens I've thought about killing. One of them was blue.
Blue, it was not bad. Rue was bad.
You name them all the same, like they're right around each other, and I can't tell them apart. Is that one big old sorry-looking son of a gun?
The black one.
I don't know.
That's Rue. That's the one who loved me. And you know what?
He hated me. I would barely even come near the gate, and he'd start charging.
But you know what's funny though is like when
I don't know what I did that stupid.
No, bird. When I got into chickens and I started doing it, I had researched. And I'm going to tell you, I've learned one thing out of this last year of homesteading, and that is this. You can research all you want, but there is no education that you will get quite like just doing it. And so I had researched all these things about chickens, and I thought I knew everything, and I was
she
so
thought they was going to be
excited.
like pets, and it was going to be great.
No, they
pets.
were fine. It was fine the fact that they were pets.
Yeah, the
but
hens.
Here's the mistake that I made. When Rue was a baby, and I thought it was a girl, and I named her Matilda. Back when he was a baby, none of the other
Caitlin bird.
our Caitlyn Jenner bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back when Rue was
switch the game up.
Yeah,
when gobbler.
he was a chick. I noticed that the other babies had nothing to do with him. As they were growing up, nobody paid attention to him. They avoided him. They would pick on him. And then I always would protect him and stop them from doing that. And even when they got older and moved out into the barn, everybody treated him bad. And I just thought it was because something was wrong with him. Well, I carried him around all the time. I gave him first priority with food because they wouldn't let him eat. I babied him all the time. I would go in the barn to do something, and I would turn around and he would be sitting there watching me. And I thought he would want me to pick him up, and I'd pick him up and carry him around.
No, he was plotting your demise.
He was. After it was all said and done, and he went psycho, and I was like, I don't know what happened. How did this happen?
Psycho. He turned into a rooster.
No.
That was the problem.
Amy Fuel made a video, and she started talking about when you have bad roosters. And when she started talking about it, like the light bulbs were just going off, and I was like, oh my Lord. He gave me signs from the time he was nothing but a baby that he was going to be a crazy rooster. I just didn't know. I didn't understand rooster. I didn't understand chicken. And so what he was doing is the reason they weren't having anything to do with him is they knew he wasn't stable. That's why they were avoiding him. That's why nobody wanted anything to do with him. That's why they were picking on him. Should have clued in. I mean, my Lord, I took animal psychology. It should have clued in.
Like all the rest of them, like sums up a dude in the corner.
Yeah, quit putting human psychology on an animal. If they're avoiding it or if they're picking on it, there's typically a reason. Survival of the fittest. There's something wrong with it. I thought it was where he got his head hurt. But where I would stand in the barn and he would come in and watch me, he was waiting. He was waiting for the opportunity to flog me because the first time he ever done it, I was in the barn getting feed out and I turned around and he was there and he just climbed me for no reason. It wasn't that it was for no reason. He'd been doing it for a long time. I just thought he was coming to visit me. He was coming to visit me so he could take me out. So I learned the hard way that, number one, which I don't do it with dogs because I've so conditioned myself.
I'm just thinking about all them. I'm just thinking about all them chickens out there, and all of a sudden there's one dude in the corner, and they're like, "Watch out for homeboy in the corner." So bad.
He's crazy.
And he's over looking on cruise with that head tilted.
Yeah, he would tilt his head. No, but I've trained myself to not ever put human psychology on a dog. Think like a dog. But for whatever reason, I just wanted to baby him and use human psychology that there was some, and I ended up with a psychotic rooster, which if I wouldn't have done that, I would have been okay. Kelly said homestead and life isn't always pretty, but it sure tastes good, just saying. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on this. Blood everywhere, hence running around like a chicken with his head chopped. Okay. You should have named him Hannibal.
Yep.
Maybe he went psycho because they kept picking on him. Mimo, I think...
He snapped.
No, honestly, I think he was psycho to start with. I really do. Like, when I started looking back on the way he acted and the stuff he done...
It's because he got big, and you think he got cocky. Get it?
Don't think so.
Oh, God.
So, no, I really think that that's what it is. I do believe that he was giving me all the signs. I just didn't know how to interpret his signs. Make your chickens wear sunglasses. Oh, that's hilarious. He told your neighbor on you. They're on the same wave pattern. Yeah. She did it because of Rue and his psycho behavior. The neighbor pooped an egg and planted it to kill you. Oh, I actually got all those chickens
Who do you work for?
I almost drove to Georgia to pick them up.
Oh my gosh.
He
That's
hated
a whole nother story.
the chicken man. John hated the chicken man. Hated him with a passion. Because he would text me and be like, hey, I got this new such and
Guys,
such
all
chicken.
right. I wasn't always a clean cut guy, okay? I was once into a lot of bad stuff. He acted just like a drug dealer. Like, he would text her weird hours. Hey, got these red ball leghorns.
No, he never said a...
5 for this, whatever.
No, he would text me.
I don't know the breeds, but
No,
you know what I mean.
He would text me when they were hatching.
I got these cream
to let me know how
dotted
many
flipping periwinkles. You want them 10 for 3.
He doesn't know what happened. I had texted this guy. I had found him on Craigslist, and I had messaged him, and I said, "Hey, I seen that you have all these different breeds of chickens. These are the ones I'm looking for. Do you have them?" He said, "Yes, I have some black Australorps, some French black copper Morans, and something else. I don't remember what the other one was."
Chicken.
He said you can come pick them up.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, okay, but do you have any of the white crested leg bars? He said, not yet. I have some set to hatch in 2 weeks. I'll let you know when they hatch because those are auto-sexed, so I would know how many roosters and hens he had. So I was like, okay, that's great. Do that. Just text me. Well, they hatched at like 9 o'clock at night or something. So he texts me
until I get off work, 12-hour shift, and goes, "You want to go to Georgia?"
It's in the middle of the night, pouring down rain, cold, and we drive all the way almost down to Georgia for me to pick up these chickens. And that's why my loony
Pull
bird...
up the dude's house at 9:30, 10 o'clock
And he peeks out the window.
Peeks out, turns
I've already
on the
met...
lights,
No, wait.
opens up the door, knocks, and goes... And that's it.
Jason said, "Psst, I got some fresh black sex links."
Tell me about it. Like,
the chicken
I know
pimp.
nothing about chickens. And I was just like, what is this dude up to? Like, there's something going on. He does this, knocks on the door, opens it up, everything else, points at Cherish and tells her to come in. She jumps out and walks in by herself.
In his basement.
Dude's basement. And I'm like, oh gosh. Here I am with all the babies in the back seat, and I'm thinking, I don't have enough weapons in this car to take this dude on. I don't know if he's some psycho, got meat hooks in this basement somewhere. You want to see my chickens? Whop! And next thing you know, she doesn't come back out. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do?
And the worst part is like he wanted to show me first. So I left him outside. It was in the dark.
Pouring down rain.
We go into the garage.
Thunderstorming.
Well, we go into the bottom of his garage, which is in a basement. Okay, he shuts the door.
And he turns off the outside light.
Yeah, he flipped the light off, and then there was like, you go all the way in the back of his basement. It's almost like underneath his house, and he has all these incubators and brooders. Like, it's a huge operation.
Doesn't know dude from Adam.
This is the second time I met him though. Mom went in with me the first time.
So you practically on first name basis. I don't care. This random guy you met once.
On Craigslist.
Climb into his basement. Sure, you got the chickens. Let's see them.
It was chickens.
Walking through like a crack addict. Got any more of them little ones?
No. So the funny part, he gets out of the car and goes and peeks in the window. He obviously can't see us because you have to go through another door and then go down toward the back of the house. So he's like almost in a tizzy because the reason it took so long is after I picked out the chicks that I wanted.
Tizzy nothing. I took a vow to God to protect you. And I'm thinking, I'm stuck. I got 3 babies. What am I going to do? Be like, okay, kids, we're going Rambo. Solomon, tuck in your shirt. It's about to get real. And bust through the back door and kids, sit down on this couch right here. I'll be right back.
Oh. Did he have lotion? Simply said no. So after he got me the chicks,
dude looked creepy. Dude might have been 110 pounds soaking wet, maybe 5'3".
He was kind of creepy looking.
And bald head, which I ain't gonna guess baldies or nothing, but bald head, had a little bit of a goatee, and I was thinking, this is a typical killer. Like, this is the kind of guy.
He did kind of look like Jeffrey Dahmer-ish, honestly. But no, but he was really nice, and I'd been talking to him on the phone.
They usually are.
They really are. That's true. But I watch enough stuff on serial killers.
God,
I would know, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I'd know.
Please, somebody tells you, hey, I got some new chickens in the back. Sure, let's go.
Yeah, literally, if you wanted to murder me, tell me you have a puppy. I'll get in the van.
I'm telling you.
I'll go to your house. I'll get in the basement. Just show me a puppy, and I'll be like, okay. If somebody's like, hey, I got a puppy, Okay.
It's horrible.
Yeah, really bad.
All the judgment just leaves.
Jason said I would have busted in like we were on cops.
I'm telling you, I about did it.
He
I called her mom and said, listen, if I call you, I'm going to need you on your way down here. Like, I had it all planned out, done text 2 people, had it planned out. If I bust through this door, I need someone to come down here and sit with these babies. Because if I find this Jade and he's got a knife around her throat, I'm probably going to go to jail.
I mean,
I'm going to murder dude right there in front of his family. All of a sudden, this little bitty dude, this 6'2", almost 300-pound dude, gonna busting down the back door like a Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah, and come running through the house. I'm like, Solomon, keep the car running. We're about to get out of here.
But what made him panic?
I had nothing but a little case pocket knife. I didn't bring nothing else with me because I thought we was going into Georgia, and I was like, great, that's it.
Jason said, hey, do you want to see my ferret? That would get me. I would be like, yeah, sure.
Any kind of animal.
Yeah, if it's a puppy covered in lotion, don't go.
It's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, I'm easily baited with an animal.
And
like
then I talked to her, honestly, I was like shaking. By the time she finally come out.
Well, no, the reason he got so upset is because I told him, I was like, I'll just be 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm just going in there
minutes.
picking up the chicken.
Please believe, I clicked my watch and I was like, countdown has begun.
So I went in and I disappeared. He went to look for me, still couldn't find me. Well, the reason why is because I handed the guy, I think I owed him $16 or $17. So I handed him a $20 bill and he was like, let me go get you change. I was like, oh, don't worry about the change. It's $3. Who cares? And he was like, well, you want to take an extra chick? And I'm like, no, that's fine. I mean, don't worry about it. And he was like, no, let me go get you change. So he left me in the basement with all the chicks.
That's usually whenever the family member that is a serial killer comes out. And he's like, get him, Ronnie. And next thing you know, the chainsaw starts.
So he goes upstairs and he's gone, I know, a good 10 minutes. Like, he was gone a while. He comes back down. And this is what made me nervous. Okay? So he comes back down and I was like, do you have a box that I can put him in? Because I was sitting there holding them.
Like, this has happened a long time ago, and my heart is still racing. Like, as soon as she talks about this stuff, like, I get anxious.
Nothing happened.
Don't touch me, makes it worse. But instantly. And then she comes out. Now, I'm thinking, what could be possibly going out? Now, all right. I'm the hubby. I'm sitting here in this car where she comes out fidgeting with her pants and covering up her stomach.
Because I was holding baby chicks in
my mind, she can't be running because it's raining. That doesn't make sense. So she comes running up to the car, jumps in. He turns off the light and slams that door. And I'm thinking,
well, it's raining
what just
and I've got
happened?
babies.
I can bust through that deadlock in a quick minute. One good foot through that deadlock and it's done. Tell me what just happened.
I hopped in the car and I was like, I got him. He looked at me and he goes,
you didn't say it.
What?
No, you jumped in the car and was like, turn on the heat now. And I was like, why?
Oh,
turn
okay.
on the heat.
So this is why I needed the heat on. So in the process of all this happening, one of the chicks hatches.
Oh.
And he was like, and I was like, oh, that's one of the ones that I wanted. And he was like, you can take it if you want. And he was like, I don't know if it'll survive though, because it ain't had time to fluff out. I was like, it's okay. We got the heat on in the car. So I have a box under my arm full of chicks. But this is what made me nervous. When he come back down the stairs, I was like, hey, do you have a box to put all these babies in? Because I was sitting there holding them. And he goes, yeah, sure. He reaches behind him. He picks up a box, reaches behind him, swear on my life, pulled out like a 14-inch machete and goes, and just cuts the top of it off. And I was like, this man could cut me up. John's not in here. Nobody knows where I am.
Know.
Like, I immediately got sick. I was like, this man could cut me to pieces, and I'd never.
There was a good at least 3 or 4 walls between me and her. Even if she'd have screamed, I wouldn't have been.
No, he couldn't have heard me. That's what I kept thinking too. I was like, if I screamed,
it's thundering and lightning outside, which only made me more anxious. And I was just like, what is going on?
Like, it was scary.
Guys, it was bad.
So this is what happens. So I put the box of the chicks underneath my arm. He hands me the bird. And if you guys remember my little blue copper maran, he sold them much more expensive than the black copper marans. He didn't realize it was blue because it was dark and the baby was wet. So he hands me the baby and he was like, just take it and go. He was like, you'll need to hurry and get it under heat. And I was like, okay. So I have it in my hand. It turned out to be Luna. And you know how much I love my Looney bird. So I come running out and I was like, I ran and I'm like trying to keep my britches from falling down because I'd also just had weight loss surgery and my pants were too big. So I'm losing my pants, trying to hang on to a box, have a wet, naked baby bird in my hand, and I jump in the car, and I was like, hurry, turn the heat on.
Now, this is some of the first times I've ever seen a baby chicken. I was not raised around livestock. I didn't know nothing about, it had to be in a box, had this, had that, whatever. The only thing I see is her holding her stomach.
And I actually was just cuddling the bird to keep her warm.
Whatever. And grabbing her pants, running for blue blazes towards the car.
I wanted to get wet.
And yanked open the car door, and I'm thinking, what just happened? And dude, exactly like I said, slams the door, turns off the lights, and the whole side of that house goes black. And I'm just like, what is going on?
Hope doesn't get worried until she sees a blade. 5 minutes too late.
Tell me about it. What happened to situational awareness? You got to know your surroundings.
I was watching, why can I not think of his name? Brad, somebody help me. He does prepper videos. What's his name? What's the channel name?
Full Spectrum.
Yes, Full Spectrum Survival. I don't know why my brain just went.
How do I know that?
So I was watching Full Spectrum Survival, and I was watching the video of would you be an asset or a burden? Son, I'd be a burden, a big burden. I trust people. Like I said, show me a puppy. I'll go wherever you want me to go. Okay, sure.
This is what I'm going to say. If the whole mission was hunting down clowns, she'd walk into the circus, walk into the clown tent, sit down beside them, and then be like, wait a minute. She'd be that person. As soon as they pulled out the knives and guns and pointed, she'd be like, you're the ones. It makes sense. She would be that person.
He gave me his wet naked bird. It was little.
So here I am driving back on the highway. I'm shaking.
Loony bird.
I was so worried. I was shaking. And I was just like, babe, do you realize how dangerous that was? I was trying not to be mad. Everything in me wanted to tell her, if you love him so much, get back in there. Just start freaking out. But I was like, do you realize how dangerous that was? You literally just met this guy once with your mom, and now you literally climb into his basement.
Dolphin Man said John was at this guy's address, 666 Deliverance, Georgia.
And it was a nice house. That's what scared me the most. If we'd have pulled up and it had been like a rundown shack, I'd have been like, that's typical. This dude had a nice house. Everything was planned. So I knew I'm not dealing with some common crook. This dude's a professional. He's going to be like Hannibal Lecter.
He's a chicken man.
Mask. Yeah, he's chicken man. Ain't going to tell how many other girls he's lured in there and cut their head off or something.
See,
Fed them to the chickens.
And you would think I would have learned my lesson.
Don't that sound like a good horror movie?
It would have, actually.
I mean, think about it.
Except you'd lure them in with puppies. Not most people don't like chickens. It's a select few group of women who are chicken crazy.
Think about
it. So
most horror movies, you're sitting there screaming. I was sitting there screaming in that car. I was like, what is she doing? And the entire time, all three of my babies just looking at me all nervous. And I was like, I know Daddy don't get upset often, but guys, it's going to be okay. Mama's fine, I hope.
Then she called it little. A little wet naked bird. Oh my. So here's the thing.
Bad.
So here's the thing. You would think I had learned my lesson, right? No. Because shortly after that was when I got the pony. Well, the saddle that I got for the pony didn't fit the pony. So I found somebody else on Craigslist, and I randomly drive out into the country to this guy's house and follow him to his barn to get a swap of a saddle.
I was ready for that Jade, though.
He was ready that time. Yeah, he was ready.
I was loaded for bear on that one. I was just like, you let him pull something.
Well, and when we pulled up...
And this was out in broad daylight, so I felt a little bit better.
Well, and he also said, too, that he didn't want me to come by until his wife was at home, too. So that was cool of him. So I was okay. He was okay. I had John. He had his wife.
And she was shooting me looks like I was the one doing it. I was like, she wants a stupid saddle, not me. I wouldn't be here. I want to go to Walmart and buy some candy. I don't know what she's doing.
So then, he don't know this.
Of course.
You ready? When I went and got the rabbits on Halloween night.
Perfect night to be doing something like this.
He's at work. And I talked my mama into going with me. We drove an hour and 40 minutes away from the house. Met this guy off the interstate access at a tiny gas station that was not well lit up in the middle of the night to get rabbits. Then turn around like a week later and drove about...
And she does all this without any firearms.
Yeah.
No blades, no firearms. Definitely no training to fight.
Good Lord, keep her off Craigslist, John.
Yeah, tell me about it. We got so many farmers and people that we know around here, and she's like, there's a dude 3 miles away. He's got the perfect little bunny for $5. I'm thinking, spend 20 and get somebody right down the road. Why do you need... We know so many people around us that do this kind of stuff.
Because it's not the ones that I need.
There's a guy in Atlanta, Georgia. I know it's 4 miles away. I know it's like 4 hours away, but we can make it there by in the morning. And I'm just like, why?
And see, here's the thing, though. I will tell you.
Don't try to make sense out of it.
No. If I get like a bad feeling off of somebody, I won't go.
Dude in his basement pulls out a machete. Not a bad feeling.
But
Good
did he
family
do
guy.
Like, he never bought... I mean, he was super nice.
If by that time it's done too late, you should have caught the feeling on the way in.
No, but
when he pulls out the machete, it's not time for feelings.
No, but
Cut your
what
head.
about the guy on Facebook? That was the rabbit guy that I made the funny video. Meemaw loved the video. She thought it was hilarious. God is obviously protecting you, or you'd be dead already. He is.
Good Lord above.
Jesus, I tell Amy this all the time.
I can't even trust her
favorite.
to go to work or me sleep. That one time I woke up and I could tell because she came and went, "Hi, babe," like really high pitched, and I was like, "What did you do?"
Yeah,
instantly. And she's like, "I got a pony. Don't
yeah,
be mad."
Meemaw, so you want the rabbit? She knows what I'm talking about. So I made this funny Snapchat thing. This guy, I messaged him just to ask him what breed of rabbits he had and, you know, how much they were. And he listed off, I think it was lion heads or something. And I was like, no. And he was like, you want to buy the rabbit? You want to meet me? You want to come to my house? You want to come by? You can come by and look at these rabbits. He's like, you want one? He would not take no for an answer. Like, he just would not stop. I got a real bad feeling about him, and I never went. I just ignored him. Eventually, I had to block him.
All it's going to take is you not having your spidey sense tuned in one good time and meet some dude in a dark alley for a squirrel or something. And next thing you know, well, I'm sorry, but your wife...
Whatever.
But she got her squirrel. It was right there with her.
Jason said her guardian angel is going to get a lot of medals.
I'm telling you.
Bass family said, I'm sorry. She's a woman after my own heart.
Like, she's fearless. I mean, I'll give her that. She's fearless. And things that she shouldn't be fearless about, she's fearless.
Now I know why she wants us down there. She needs a safe meeting place. No, because I wouldn't do a safe meeting place. You'd be like, oh, do you want to meet me like downtown behind a building in the alleyway or something? I'm like sure.
Like,
sounds good to me. I'm good with that.
They're like, look, I got these chickens. Meet me 3 o'clock in the morning behind the Pizza Hut.
But Rue didn't give me a feeling. Somebody said, but Rue didn't give you a feeling. No, because Rue was a baby and he was an animal.
Oh,
I trust animals.
And he was just a poor little starved bald guy with a machete in his back.
I don't even know where the machete came from.
Yeah,
like he must have pulled it out of his butt crack.
Situational awareness. He led you. You should have looked at his back and been like, yeah, there's a blade sticking out of his flipping pocket. There's something. Look, you should have.
And the bad part is he squatted down to open up the incubator, and I was standing behind him, so I should have seen it. Unless he got it when he was upstairs.
Because he's a mastermind. He knows this stuff. You're not the first girl he's led down there.
The mastermind chicken man?
Yeah, he leads you down there. The chicken man. And he probably thought, no.
The chicken man who asked me to teach him how to sex a chicken.
He probably thought...
He's a mastermind.
Honey, of course he's going to play dumb. Come on. But he probably thought, no, I seen that grizzly bear out there. If she don't get back out there in a few minutes, he's going to bust through here.
Meemaw said, Cherish, I see why you love John so much. I love how protective he is of you.
Oh.
You have, Tim said, John, she needs her CCW. I really do. And you know what?
Listen,
we're going to be working on that. The only problem is I got road rage, son.
No.
You don't want me carrying it. I kill somebody.
It ain't even a road rage. She's got, just like that. Dude pulls out a machete right beside her hands, opens a box. He could have had her dice cubed up, cutting steaks. And she'd have been like, well, I should have pulled my gun. Where did I put my bullets? Like, she would be the Barney Five. Well, let me get my bullet out of my pocket. She would be that person. And then trying to figure out how to work the gun.
The figuring out how to work. The aiming with my blind eye.
Like,
that would be fun.
It would have to be a giant flipping, like, 18, 19 rounders, because you'd be spraying that whole room.
Sugar said, have you never heard of stranger danger? I have, but don't mean I pay no attention to that.
And she takes her mom. Okay? Your mom.
A mom's as bad as I am. No, but here's the thing. Like, when we went to meet for the rabbits,
your mom is cautious.
Mom's like, go ahead and get out of the van. She's like, just go around the front where I can keep an eye on you. I'll keep the lights on. She said, I got my taser. I got it open. I got it ready to go. Like, Mom's ready to tase somebody. I'm like, Mom, it's a guy with rabbits. She's like, I don't care. You don't know him.
It's a guy with rabbits.
She's like, you don't know him. He could kill you.
It's a guy with rabbits.
Uh...
Most unsolved mystery starts with, it was a guy with candy. It was a guy with a pickup truck.
Cherish, you need homesteader supervision for these trips.
Tell me
Should I freak John out? Yeah, maybe he slammed the door and turned off the lights because he saw John changed his mind about following her out there. Don't make him paranoid.
He probably seen me giving him the flipping dog eyes. Like, I was like, come on out here. You come out here, please.
No, because when he opened the door, he saw you. When he opened the door and let me in, he saw you.
I'd have been like,
because he waved at you.
Yeah. He waved because he seen me staring at him, and he was like, make friendly contact. I do not want to kill anyone. He's probably scared. I was about to say, Solomon, sneak around, attack him from the rear. I'll hit him in the face.
It was crazy. When I tell you guys that I get myself into stuff, like, I don't know how I keep getting myself into things. Like, I don't expound
and she'll just spring it on me. Like, I'll be literally
like the pony.
Eating supper, and then her go, hey, in 30 minutes, we got to drive an hour away. Why? There's a guy, I got to meet him. For what? And she'll go, well, he's got these certain Afghanistan, this and that, Spock-colored, beaked build, whatever, for $20. And it's, Jonathan, it's a steal.
Well, it is a steal.
And I'm thinking, honey, I got to go to work. I can't. And she's like, I've done called Mom. It's taken care of.
Mud Pie said I have a very smart mom. Sometimes.
All she's got is a taser.
Colonel Sanders' schizophrenic mad grandson.
Tell me about it.
I do make you paranoid.
Dude was creepy. He was really creepy. And then he kept texting her after that, wanting her to lure her back in. He's wanting her to get her there alone. I'm telling you.
No, he literally just had more. I went back a third time.
Yeah, probably with your mom.
Yeah, it was with Mom. I went back and picked up chicks for Beth. He just brought them out to the car that day. Because they were already like 4 or 5 days old. They weren't little bitty, like pulling out of an incubator. So he just brought me the box outside, and I paid him through the window.
Say, that time he probably thought that flipping grizzly bear's probably with him. You pull up, be drive-through thing, I hand you money with the birds. There you go, it's done. See you later.
Yeah, when I tell you guys, oh my Lord, I can't believe I get myself into these type things. This is what I'm talking about.
And usually on the way home, she was almost in tears because then it started dawning on her, he really could have hurt me.
Yeah, and then I told him about the machete, and that really freaked him out.
Yeah, and like she was almost in tears because then it finally started hitting her that, oh my gosh.
Simply said, if we move down there, I got your back, Cherish. Crazy, tattooed, gun-carrying mama right here.
Somebody needs... I'm telling you, I work too many hours for this stuff.
Come here, little girl, want to pet my chicken? And she's like, sure, let's go.
I'm telling you, it's that bad.
Hope when you called the guy, did he say, bring your baby? No, he was really nice. Like he really, honest to God, was nice. It just made me nervous when I saw him pull out the machete. But he was a nice guy.
It's all fun and games. So he's like, you want to eat some spaghetti? That was the last girl.
Spaghetti.
Yeah. Like the meat. Hannibal.
I never watched the movie. I get paranoid when I watch stuff like that.
Why? You walking in real life. Why get nervous? You're that, I swear, you're that chick that walks in there and everybody's like, don't do it. He's crazy.
I'm like the cheerleader that's like trying to outrun Jason and it ain't happening.
And you walk right past the shotgun on the wall to walk down into the basement. And everybody's like, don't do it. He's like, this girl's going to die.
So now you know the kind of antics. Like even the whole pony situation. The reason we got into the pony situation is because we saw it on Facebook. Somebody had talked about it, about the pony being tied to a tree.
This why social media ain't good.
No, you don't want me on social media. I can get into all kinds of stuff. And so John was asleep. And Mom was like, do you want to go get it? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, let's go look at it. So we went and looked at it, and one was like $100 and you can have it.
Dang.
So we loaded this horse in the back of the
van. Someone gives you a horse for $100, something's up anyway.
Well, when we pulled up, this little kid runs out on the porch and he goes, you here to buy that mean pony? Yeah. Yeah, I am. But I felt bad for her. She was tied to the tree.
That's probably the reason why she's tied there.
Well, yeah, because they're mean. Okay, we literally have 2 minutes, and then it's go for green living. So, 2 minutes. Did he comment on your pretty skin? No. I am clueless, Diana. Bad clueless.
It's bad. It's so bad.
I have.
She had no idea. I told her what he was wearing, told her his description, his facial hair, what 3 cars he had in that driveway, 2 license plate numbers, the brand and what street he lived on. Like, listed off tons of things I've studied about this guy just in case it got bad. And I had to call the cops. I had to call the cops and be like, look, he drives this, he looks like this and that. He's going to be dead when you get here. Hurry up. Click.
See, I knew what kind of chickens he had.
Oh, what are you going to say? Cops, yeah, he's got a crested leg bar, hen, whatever. The cops going to be like, do what? Location, please? Do you have a description? Yeah, they're fuzzy. Yeah.
So here's the thing. Like, you can't take him to the mall either.
No.
He drives me insane when we're in the mall. So we'll go to the mall. We'll have the kids with us. We'll go walking around. And I'm like, oh, we've been here like 4 hours. Let's go get something to eat. We'll go in the food court. I'll take the kids. Court. He literally is like having anxiety. He's like he has to sit certain places. And he freaks out the whole time. And one time, boy, this guy walked by and he was wearing a trench coat. This one was losing his crap. Like, I thought he was literally about to like tackle this guy because he walked by in a trench coat.
No, it's because
like,
he had what looked like a gun underneath that trench coat, but it turned out to be a cane. Dude was maybe 21 years old, and it looked like he had a gun. And I was thinking, that's it. If this guy pulls right here, I ain't got nothing on me. And there's 1, 2, 3, 3 exits a good 100 feet away. That kind of stuff always goes through my mind. Is, can I get a solid way out of here? Can I find an escape route? Is there something I can do?
Yeah, he was literally going crazy. He was like, oh my God, did you see that guy? He's like, oh my God, he's like, you need to get the kids. We need to get out of here. And
then he pulls out that cane.
And I just looked at him and I was like, I have Chick-fil-A. I ain't leaving it. And I even have one of them frozen vanilla or lemonade drinks. I'm not leaving it.
I can't turn this stuff off. I can't turn this stuff off. I just can't. It just happened.
Jason said, I know what you mean, John.
I'm very aware of
Kelly said malls are dangerous. I'm with John. That's the truth. They are dangerous. They are. I understand that. They are, and it is scary, and people can just walk in and do stuff like that. But he just, like, he has no chill when we go anywhere. None whatsoever.
I'm a mountain boy. I'm a small town guy. Usually, Walmart is too much for me. I walk in there, and I'm just like, let's get in, let's get out. Playing root, doop, get out of here.
You should have seen us in downtown Nashville at 3 o'clock in the morning walking around. Me and his Aunt Angie are both like, oh, look at the sights. Look at all the people.
And my Uncle Ross.
He and his Uncle Ross, who's he's a Marine veteran, they both were like scanning the crowds. And then this drunk
girl about takes me out.
Yeah, they were
This little big girl like falls right beside me, and I was like, keep walking quick.
Yep. Let's see. You can't make this stuff up, John. That's why we don't go anywhere, Jason said.
I'm telling you, it drives me crazy.
But you know what's funny? All that goes on, but then I'm going to this conference in October, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really paranoid about going to the conference. I'm just paranoid because I'm on the internet, and there's a lot of people that have given me a lot of hate. Like, real crazies that I've gotten private messages from and weird comments from.
Let somebody step up, and it's me and Jason standing there. That's all I'm going to say.
So I am a little bit leery of that, but like, talking to somebody on the phone and being like, hey, I'm going to come by and pick up something. And they're like, they want your money. They ain't interested in you.
I would be more okay with a crowd and me knowing some of them people are packing and everything else, and then something go down there as opposed to meeting some dude in a minivan in the back of an alley.
It's 9:02. Okay. We
gotta go.
love you guys. Go see Go for Green Living. Bye.